Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another Empties video, and for lack of sounding like a broken record, which I'm going to, anyways, I should have done this a while ago because this bag is really full. And I know a lot of people are like, how in the world do you get through so much skincare? Because that's the majority of what this is. And a lot of times when I film an Empties video, I might have like 2 uses of something left in skincare, so it immediately goes into the empty bin or bag in this case. And for some reason, I just really went through it this time. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. If I come across something that I'm like, look, y'all know it's going to be in my Empties, I may not talk about it because this is a lot to get through, like a lot. So let's go ahead and start with cleansers and toners. I have 2 cleansers, one of which is a first cleanse, and this is the Deviant Skincare Cleansing Concentrate, and this was the Blue Tansy version, which if you've ever smelled Blue Tansy, you know how amazing. To me, it smells. If you smelled May Lindstrom's Blue Cocoon, then this smells just like that. This is one of my very favorite cleansing balms ever. I've gone through 2 tubs of it. I have not repurchased because honestly, I have so many cleansing balms and oils to get through, and this is not cheap. So I told myself once I get through 2 or 3 more cleansing oils and balms, I'll repurchase this and have it be my kind of like spa night experience to where I'm not using it every single night. It'll last longer, but it's just so good. There is an experience while using this. And then I went through my Neogenesis Cleanser, just as cleanser. This is probably my least favorite product of the Neogenesis line, which I almost feel horrible saying that because I love everything. It's a good cleanser, but it didn't blow my socks off. But I did finish it. My Revision Soothing Facial Rinse, which is in every single video. And this is the Big Mama Jamma. And the last time I showed this, like in a skincare video, somebody asked me where I got this big size. This is a 16 fluid ounce, which the regular size is 6.75 fluid ounce, and this one obviously comes with a pump. This is available for purchase on Harbin House, and that's where I got it. So love this. I'm using the big one. I love the pump. It was very easy to dispense. Do I need to say anything else about it? It's the one toner I have gone through the very most of. An essence that I finished, which I'm putting kind of in the toner category, is the Dr. Circule Vegan Kombucha Tea Essence. I talked about this in my K-Beauty new skincare that I'm trying. Even though this isn't new, I did get a backup of this, and I'm currently using this. This is my favorite essence to use in the morning. For some reason, it's just very hydrating. It's a biphase. When you shake it up, it becomes almost like a cream liquid consistency, a creamy liquid consistency. And I love it. It's very hydrating. Don't have anything bad to say about it. Obviously, I repurchased it, and it was the most expensive thing that I bought in that haul, but it's still $32, I think, and it lasts forever. I'll go ahead and talk about these because I'm going to talk about serums next, and this is kind of the same thing. These are just 3 sheet masks that I used up. I should have another one of these. I don't know. I guess I just accidentally threw it away. But this is the Truth Treatment Electrolyte Facial Mask. I talked about this in my how I healed my skin barrier when it got totally wrecked from a facial that I received, was that last month? And this was fabulous. Now, I don't know if they're still making them. If I can find them, I will link them. These they are still making, and oh my goodness, I love these so much. This was also included in my K-Beauty video, and I already have a backup in my cart. This is the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Water Gel Sheet Ampule Mask. So these are the 2, and it is made from pure centella, which is a very calming and moisturizing ingredient. And these are the most saturated face mask, sheet mask I have ever used. I almost have to like wring a little bit of the serum off, or else it's just going to get everywhere. That's how saturated it is. But I use these, kind of have a system. There are 2 nights a week where I don't do red light therapy. I just do it 5 nights a week. So on those nights, I will wash my face, I'll tone it, and then I will put one of these masks on, and I will lay for 15 to 20 minutes. I will let all the serum sink in, take a shower, and by the time I get out, everything's sunk in really nice, and I'll go on with my normal skincare routine. So incredibly hydrating and just, it feels good on the skin. The serum has no irritation, or has had no irritation. I love it. And a 5-pack was under 12 bucks. So I think I might actually just go ahead and put 2 in my cart, because it does take a while to get orders, like a couple weeks to get orders from Stalvana. And so just to keep me up to date, I will go ahead and get 2, maybe even 3 of those. Really like them. Now let's talk about serums. This is my biggest category, and it always is. 2 serums I have in almost every single Empties, and it's the Osmosis MD Rescue and the Neogenesis Recovery Stem Cell Serum. I'm currently using the booster, and my backup is in the booster. I like that a little bit more in the drier months, like the colder months. And then when I get into the real hot months, I'll use the recovery, because the booster has a little bit more hydrating ingredients in it. I don't find I need those as much when it's super hot and humid outside. I mean, my favorite growth factor, stem factor, just so good. And then the Osmosis Rescue, the epidermal repair serum, talked about this in my barrier video as well. Love it. Have one I'm almost finished with now, and have a backup because my skin just loves it. Another one that is, well, another 2 that are almost in every single video, the Sente Dermal Contour Pressed Serum. So I currently have one of these. I have gone from 2 pumps in the morning to 1 pump, and then I add my Bifida serum in there as well from Isntree. So my bottles are gonna last a lot longer from now on. And once I finish this bottle, because I don't know if I have a backup or not, I probably do, because I usually tend to have backups of my favorite serums that I go through the fastest. But I might actually hold off on repurchasing this and use one of my K-Beauty serums in its place and see if I see a difference. The main reason I can tell a difference in a serum, and I've talked about this before, is when I don't use it for a while. If I feel like my skin kind of takes a step backwards, then I know that serum works for me. I know this serum works for me because I've done that before. I'm not testing that out. I'm just going to test if the K-Beauty serum works just as well. So I'm going to get through this. And again, if I have a backup, I'll probably get through that one as well. But just letting you know how I'm kind of going forward with some of these products. And then the Curology, which they now have a new beautiful purple packaging, so it's not going to look like this anymore. But this is my tretinoin cream, which I love and will probably always use for as long as I possibly can. This is my personal compound of 0.07% tret, azelaic acid at 5%, and niacinamide at 4%. I use this 3 to 4 nights a week. I absolutely love it. I do have to be careful about the other products with niacinamide in it that I use on the nights that I use this. If I use too many products with that in it, my face will be on fire until the next morning. Super red. I'm just a little bit sensitive to too much niacinamide. I can take it perfectly fine in this, but if I start layering products, it's not good. This is from Revision Skincare, and I think it's their newest product. It's the DEJ Daily Boosting Serum. So they have a whole line of DEJ products. They have, I think, a night cream, maybe a day cream. They have an eye cream, and now they have this advanced age-defying serum to rejuvenate and energize fatigued skin. I went through this one. I feel like I went through it pretty fast. It's not necessarily cheap, and I only used it at night. I would use this kind of as a first step because it's not much thicker than an essence or like a thick essence. It's very light serum, so I would use this as my first step. I do have another one I'm going through right now. I don't know that I have seen that big of a difference in my skin, so once I get done with that, I do think I'm going to take a break and again, see if I feel like I see a difference by not incorporating this in my routine, but it's just kind of so-so right now. I can't say whether or not it's the end-all be-all because I haven't seen those results, but I will definitely keep you up to date. This is from Cosmedix, and it is the CPR Skin Recovery Serum. Little baby bottle. It's only half an ounce. Not necessarily cheap, especially for half an ounce. I don't know that this is meant to be used every day. If it is, then you're going to go through this very fast. But this is what it says. It's a recovery serum. It has lots of recovery agents in it. So I would only use this when I felt like my skin was very maybe irritated or flaky or super dry and just needed like a step back. And I would just maybe use hydrating ingredients and not use any actives. That's when I would put this in. But I didn't use it consistently enough, again, to be like, yes, this is so good. Y'all need this. So I don't know that I'm going to repurchase it, but it was good for while I used it. And these last two products are what I use for my acid step. And I do this twice a week. I do not do this more than twice a week. I do not use multiple products with acids in them. My skin does not like it. I have found my sweet spot of products and amount, and that's where I'm sticking. Because if I go more than that, it's just my skin gets very irritated. It gets some bumps. It's just over exfoliated. So the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Universal Daily Peel is something that I used to use a lot years ago. And the company actually sent me a box of these, I don't know, last year sometime. And I started using them again once a week. I don't use these more than once a week. I know it says daily peel. For me, my skin would hate me. But once a week, my skin loves it. It does have glycolic acid in it. It has a couple of different acids in it. And most of the time, I can't really handle glycolic acid. But for some reason in this peel pad, I can. So I went through that first box they sent me, and I just remembered how much I loved it so much that I purchased another box. So this is the one they sent me. I'm going through my other box. It lasts me forever. It's got 30 treatments in it. So basically it lasts me 30 weeks. I love these so much. My skin just really is glowy and rejuvenated and perfectly exfoliated when using that. Now, I don't want to use anything super strong on the other night. So I have been using the Neogenesis Mandelic acid, 8%. This is a very good acid for sensitive skin. It's also a good acid for acne-prone skin. I don't have acne-prone skin, but it still shows benefits. It's a serum. I will use this. I will use my Epionce Intense Daily Defense Serum. I can't believe I got that on the first try. And that on my acid nights, that's all I will use. One of these plus the Epionce Eye Cream and Moisturizer. And again, I just feel like I found my sweet spot with my acids. Love them. And I have repurchased both. Let's talk about eye care. I have 3 eye creams, which is a lot. I guess at the very end of all of these. 2 of them I love. One of them was just kind of meh for me. And the one that was just kind of meh is the MDAire Regenerative ECM Eye Complex. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, wow, I can tell my eyes really like this. So I didn't repurchase. Again, wasn't bad, but wasn't great. Now these 2 I love. One of them I haven't repurchased yet because I'm trying out one of the K-Beauty ones, but it's gonna be in my rotation eventually again. And that is the Exquisite Eye Complex. And Exquisite Face is a brand that Frisco Beauty carries. And I was not like overly anxious to try this once I got it. I wanted to try it, obviously, but it took me a while to get into it. Now, this is how I used it. I either used it as an eye serum under an eye cream because it is a very lightweight texture, or I would do my skincare, usually as long as I'm home and don't have any plans, I'll do my skincare around like 6 or 7. And then right before I would go to bed, I would reapply this, not reapply because I would use a separate eye cream. I would apply this and it was like just this cooling, moisturizing, gel-like consistency that just amped up the hydration under my eyes. And I felt like when I woke up the next day, they looked even better than just using one eye cream. So it kind of one of 2 ways, really liked it. And then of course my Alastin Skincare Restorative Eye Treatment. Using this, always will probably have this because it is one of my very favorite eye creams. Now I am using the Beauty of Joseon Retinaldehyde Eye Serum right now. And so far, so good. I know a ton of y'all said how much you love that when I talked about it. Okay, moisturizers. 3 of them are from one of my very favorite moisturizer brand, Sente. So this is the Dermal Repair Ultra Nourish, the Ultralight Defense, and the Dermal Repair Cream. So I'm going to tell you, out of all of these, this one is my favorite. I just love the consistency of it. It's super hydrating, but it's not thick. It's not like I don't feel like I have to rub it in for 5 minutes so that I don't see it on my face anymore. And it is deeply hydrating and nourishing. So this is definitely my favorite. I like this one, the Ultralight Defense Moisturizer, in the summer during the day because it's very lightweight, but it still does the job. It's just not quite thick enough and hydrating enough for me in the winter when my skin tends to be drier. And then the Sente Dermal Repair Cream is kind of a mix of the 2. It's not quite as nourishing as this one, but it is more so than this one. All great, but again, my favorite is this. I have so many moisturizers again from K-Beauty that I'm trying out that I have not repurchased this, but this is probably my third or fourth one that I've gone through, and it will definitely be back in my rotation at some point because it's just that good. And then finally for moisturizer, oh y'all, I really liked this, but I haven't repurchased it because it is not the cheapest product. And it is the only product that I have tried from Biologique Recherche. And it's the Cream Mask Vernix. And y'all, this is so good. It is luxe. It's beautiful. My face looked so good the next morning. Some people say they don't like the way it smells. I personally think it smells like the batter of banana bread, which I was about to say, who doesn't like that? If you don't like that, okay, well, that's sounds like a personal problem because I absolutely love the smell of that. And that's what it smells like to me. But really, really good. Made me very interested in the brand. But again, I just have so much that I'm trying right now. It doesn't make sense for me to spend that much money on something when I know I'm not going to give it the time it needs to see whether it really works for my skin. But when I got this, I did give it the time it needed. It was pretty much my moisturizer for the entire life of this jar every single day. And I loved it so much. I especially liked it on my nights when I used my Tret, because it was just, it was extra amped up hydration that my skin seemed to need and appreciate, because it was much more hydrated than some of the other moisturizers I used in my Tret when I woke up the next morning. All right, we're powering through. We don't have that much left. Let's talk about body care. This one I do not have the cap to. I think my daughter lost it or somehow, but I love this so much. This is the Bay Harbor Beauty White Tea Body Wash. I've talked about this, I think, in a favorites video before. I believe this is the second one I have gone through, and it's so nice. It's so soothing. It is pH balanced for sensitive areas, and I think that's amazing because not everything is. And it has this beautiful, light, powdery vanilla scent. If you have smelled I think the warm vanilla sugar in her line, it is a dialed down version of that. And it's just so heavenly. So love this. And how big is this? 7.2 ounces. This is from Farmhouse Fresh. And this is the Bronze Fox Tanning Drops. I talked about this in, I think, my favorite skincare discoveries of 2022. I am currently using another one, even though it's kind of starting to be the time where I concentrate more on actual self-tanners. But in between, I will use this added in with a moisturizer, and I just really like it. I feel like it's an even tan. It's a natural look. It's not hard to apply because, again, you just use it mixed in with whatever moisturizer you're using anyways. I don't use this on my face. I don't use any self-tanner on my face, but arms, legs, chest, all of that, it works great. This is a Velvety Body Moisture Cream from Beauty Pie. They sent this over to me. It's a glass, very nice glass package. It is 6.4 ounces. And this is in the, y'all, La Posie de Chiffre. I don't know. But this is a fresh, almost minty scent. They also sent me the beautiful candle. I mean, I love this color, and it smells just like it. And I burn this in my beauty room when I have a client, and it's just nice. It's not overpowering. It's fresh. Again, it has a little bit of like a minty smell to it without smelling like toothpaste. It's kind of hard to describe, but I do really enjoy it. And this body cream was exactly what it says, velvety. Very, very velvety. It was like no other body cream I have tried. I really enjoyed it, and I went through it very fast. And then this is a moisturizer, but honestly, it was one that I knew I was not going to be able to finish up for my face. It was sent to me, and I don't like to waste products if I don't have to. And I have such an overabundance of them that if I feel like I'm not going to give it its due on my face, I need to give it its due on my body. And this is Paula's Choice C5 Super Boost Moisturizer with 5% vitamin C and peptides. So that's what I did. I just used it as a moisturizer on my body for as long as it lasted, and I loved it. Definitely something to think about doing if you're someone who loves to collect skincare, and we only have so much space on our face. And we only have one face. So in order not to waste products, definitely give some of that love to your body as well. One hair product, the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo, my favorite dry shampoo, that I'm doing a little experiment right now where I'm washing my hair more often and not using dry shampoo. I want to see if I feel like that makes a difference in the amount of hair that I lose when I wash my hair or the amount of shedding that happens in between washes. So I'm still kind of in the thick of that experiment. I don't really have any direct conclusions so far, but all that to say is why I didn't repurchase this yet, because I am, again, trying not to use dry shampoo right now. But if and when I repurchase it, a dry shampoo in general, it will be this one. It's my favorite. And then finally, I just have two self-tanners that I'm going to talk about. And one of them is, I liked both of them. I was going to say one of them is my favorite. I like both of them. They're very different. I don't even think you can get this one anymore. This is from Vita Liberata, and it's the Heavenly Elixir. And this is a advanced tinted tanning elixir, but for me, it was almost just like a lotion. I didn't feel like I had to use a mitt when I used this. I just put it on as lotion, washed my hands real good, and it gave me a very natural tan. This was not near the tanning experience that I have when I use mousses, but I liked that, especially during the winter time where I just want just a tad bit of color on my skin without being overboard. But again, I don't think they make this anymore. This one I really like. This is from EcoTan, which is supposed to be like a clean, all natural, 88% organic, vegan tanning company. They're from Australia. And this is the Hempatan Body Tanning Water in Medium Dark. And it is a water. It comes in a spray bottle. I have never used a tanning water in this way before, but you basically just spray where you want to tan, use a mitt, rub it all in, and you're good to go. Very, very easy to apply. I think that's why I liked it so much. But again, it was a very gradual tan. It's nothing like I get with mousse, which I wanted, which I preferred. So I'm not going to repurchase this right now, but come the winter, fall and winter months, I probably will. And again, I don't think you can get that. So it doesn't matter if I'm going to repurchase it. So that's it. That is my big, huge bag of empties. As long as I have space, I will list and link everything that I talked about down in the description box with any associated discount codes if I have them. Let me know if you have any questions. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.